between infinite madness and the spiral of humanity. Nothing controls us, nothing breathes. The void awakens in the quickening of atrophy. Eternal master, never the slave. Carry your dreams down into the grave. Every heart, like every soul, equal to break. It's alive! Can you feel it? Taking hold again. In your mind, all your demons are rattling chains. Welcome to a world of pain. Nothing kills us, nothing sees. Extinction riding on the pale horse of destiny. Nothing hates us, nothing can see. Through our eyes it dives into our minds and souls its disease. Eternal master, never the slave. Carry your dreams down into the grave. Every heart, like every soul, equal to break. It's alive! Can you feel it? Taking hold again. In your mind, all your demons are rattling chains. Welcome to a world of It's alive! Can you feel it? Taking hold again. In your mind, all your demons are rattling chains. It's alive! Can you feel it? In your mind, all your demons are rattling chains. Welcome to a world. Welcome to a world of turn.
Basically, we've got a foam buck on here in a nutshell, and we're going to shape it and contour it. I should say I'm going to. I always say we, like I have help. I wish. So with that said, here's the kind of finished creation, the finished shape that we're going for. It's only in 80 grit, so it's very rough cut. You get an idea. It's got some body filler on it, and you can see all the body lines as they transition into the OEM body lines, etc. Still have to tighten up all of the door gaps, but other than that, I'm very close to making molds of this part. And it's just made of foam. We just throw some body fill over it, and I do my body work thing. I've been doing body work for a very, 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 very long time, and it's not really, my favorite thing to do, but I'm really good at it. So now I think that the best and next process to do is I've got a pretty good solid block on there, generally the same shape, excuse me, as the other side. I've got a little bit more overhang over the tires than I do on the other side. As you can see, there is no tire poke when you stand over it versus the other side. When you stand over it, you have just the right amount of tire poke, and the same thing with the front. When you stand over it, you have just the right amount. The tire's turned a little bit, but you get the idea. So you want everything to match. And this side needs to be trimmed a little bit more. I'm going to have to bust out the tape measure and then take my time with measuring every single point and then busting out the tape roll, because at this point in time, tape is going to be my best friend. It's going to show me where I need to carve, how I need to carve it, you know, and it's going to be really good for guidelines as well. So, I mean, as you can see, I struck a line here and I was able to carve on the outside of that tape because I know that this is the arch that I'm looking for. I want that solid face. When I say solid face, I mean this solid face here, just like the OEM fitment. So it comes down, transitions into the side skirt nicely. You know, give you an idea. There you go. So it's a lot of work, but making these things is obviously, you can see it's well worth it. It's well worth the time, taking the time to make everything really, really tight. Underneath this is just poster board, just some white poster board that keeps the thickness in between, and then it's got, you know, multiple layers of the 3M yellow wax tape on top of that, and then followed by the foil tape so that I actually have some kind of gap in between here. So when I do make this part, it's not so tight. I'm going to go through here and clearance all this out just a little bit more, mainly because the side skirt it's going to bounce. It is what it is. It's fiberglass, or excuse me, it's not fiberglass. Wow, that was really bad. So hopefully nobody of importance is like watching this right now and going, what an idiot. So it is not fiberglass. It's a VSC part. It is from Vermont SportsCar. It is a Bucky Lasek side skirt. So it's made of Twiltex. It is not fiberglass at all. So it's more of a polyurethane blend with a Kevlar weave inside of it. It's very strong, very flexible. It's awesome. So what I'm trying to do is have a nice gap in between the part that I make and the part that they made, so that when I do paint this, because the car is going to be white, I don't want to have any rubbing and wear and tear of the paint itself, especially on white, because it'll just show it dramatically. But these are, you know, this is the width, I should say, not these. This is the width you can see coming off of the door of the part, so that this molds all in. This is all of the yellow 3M tape, so that this is all able to just peel right off. So I'm basically just going to make a fiberglass mold over this. I'll take the door off. It'll be a lot easier when it's just laid this, you know, lay it down and whatnot. And I'll make this part so that this can be graphed onto the door. I will cut the steel out on the quarter panels, etc., to get the, you know, the weight off, and then we'll graft in the actual fiberglass part itself, and then of course we'll peel all this trash off. You know, it took a long time to get all this done, obviously, but really in all reality, it's just a foam buck. It's not going to stay on the car. If we kept it on the car, that would just mean that I didn't know what I was doing. And yeah, there's a reason why I convey things the way I do. I tend to be kind of a dick when I do it, but you know what? Do it right or don't do it at all. Now's the opportune time to get this bumper onto a stand right now. I've already got this side all wide bodied out. That's foam, has all been grafted in. And as you can see, it's all rough. I still got to do some trimming and cutting and whatnot, just to kind of get it to where it's a little bit more slim on the bottom here. It's a little bit more fat than I want it to be. And I want it to contour more in this area so that this is more of a bubble, you know, give it that kind of hip, that, you know, that butt where you just want to smack it. So this side is lacking, and we got to finish this side so that it matches or gets to a very close destination of this foam width. I want to be able to match all this up, so I want to be able to give myself a lot of freaking foam to carve into, so that I, you know, basically can just do it once and get it over with. Not having to add more foam. It just takes so much time to add foam. So without talking your head off too much, I'm going to jump on putting some foam on the bumper. We're going to lay some tape. That takes a little bit too, just laying that out and then having to cut the foil tape per strip. This foil tape, guys, is going to come in a roll. Now I'm going to give you guys a little bro tip. Buy the 3M. Do not waste your money on this cheap ass Walmart special foil tape. I bought it thinking it was going to help me, and it ended up screwing me right over because it's so thin. And I put the foam on. I had some foam issues, and I had to redo the whole thing. I had to peel all of that foil tape off and then put all of the 3M tape on because I had perfect chemical adhesion with the foam to it. That's not a problem. That's fine. The actual adhesion that they put on the back of this cheap foil tape is like a low tack grade glue. So it just comes off like nothing. It's literally separating itself from the yellow tape. So I had to peel it all off. I had to go get the 3M roll because I was trying to save some money because that 3M roll is not cheap. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a very expensive roll of tape. So yeah, have fun with the expense of that. So like I said, this is probably not an easy process, but it's the best process in order to get to where we want to be. The wide body itself is not obviously obtainable. We can't just buy it, so that's why we're trying to recreate it and get it done so that it matches the actual VSC panels. We want to make this right, and then yeah, then we're gonna show it off like a motherfucker.
I see the water rushing in. I see the water rushing in. Wash me away. It's gonna work out, living in doubt, running away from the truth, just to accommodate you. What can I do? Tell me why I should deny who I am and wear a disguise. Unfortunately, we built our house on sand. The tide is coming in. This is the end. I might let go. I'm not feeling the same. Life going, yeah, you know it's dead. All of this effort for nothing, just a whole title of something dying in my hands. Reeling from losing again. Another wave crashes on. This is the end. I might let go. I'm not feeling the same. I see the water rushing in.